Well, now wait a minute.
We got to move it on. Like, is there a final question? Because I don't know what I learned.
I do. I have a final question because
what am I supposed to learn with this line of questioning, Miss Real American?
So I was just trying to talk about why he thinks like he does.
And your conclusion is I should leave the country.
Well, you said you didn't want to live. You said you didn't want to live in a country like this. So yes, I absolutely think you should.
I said that.
But Sam, you're a little bit hypocritical because on one hand you're saying you want law, right, and you want to follow the process, but then you're for the people that are kind of breaking the law and not following the process, right?
No, how am I for people breaking the law? What did I say that gave you that impression?
Well, because you said you want, you said you want people to go through the process. You want to follow you want a land of law.
Yes.
So you don't think we should make a stance to other people in other countries? Like, look, you can come here. We welcome you, but we're not going to accept you not coming through the legal way, going through the process, filling out paperwork, getting vetted. You can't have it both ways. You know what I'm saying, Sam? Because to me, honestly, if you're a Godaway, if you're not stopping to identify yourself, you're not here for the right reasons. Exactly. If you're staying here 10, 15, 20 years, you're not doing the right thing. So to me, not only, there's a problem there. If I went to another country and didn't try to get citizenship until I did 20, 30 years later, I would not expect them to embrace me for breaking the procedures and the laws. I would expect them to kick me out and possibly even have prison time.
Exactly, Miss
Michelle. Michelle had a question.
Well, I mean, Sam, he was saw by an immigration judge, right? Is that judge not good enough for you?
Who was seen by
Maryland man?
Who?
The Maryland man that we've been talking about.
Well, that wasn't wasn't that 3 or 4 weeks before, and then he was supposed to have another appointment with the judge or something, and then they deported him before the judge made a ruling on it?
I mean, if you want to go all the way back to, the beginning of history, the United States Department of Justice in 2019 charged him with removability because they found out that he crossed the border illegally in 2012. That was before they even found out he was part of MS-13.
Well, but see, here's the thing. Maybe this guy should be deported. I just believe in treating people in humane ways. Maybe he should have been deported, okay? Mm-hmm. But I just don't like celebrating the fact that, that prison, those people can't even, it looks like they can't even lie down and sleep, to sleep.
I don't even care they're criminals.
What?
I don't even care they're criminals.
You say what?
I said, I don't even care they're criminals.
You don't care if criminals.
She doesn't care because she says they're criminal. She says
right, and there's.
So you don't believe criminal.
You come into America
they can live like dogs. I don't.
You don't think they should be charged?
I don't care.
If you come into America illegally, you need to be ready to be deported to your country of origin. That's the point. It's consequences.
Can't people be treated humanely?
And they gave them money, and they gave them places to live, and they gave them driver's licenses. And this is like the real life. America's not about, if you come into our country illegally, we're going to coddle you. If you come into our country illegally, get ready to get gone. Now,
yes.
Bullshit.
Right.
Yes. And you know what, Sam? Do you know who?
Hang on a second. Trump _ I'm going to rotate you around. I'll bring you down to the comments, and I'll bring you back. Let's bring up our friend Mary Ash. Mary Ash is in the building. Mary Ash, my good friend up here in Georgia. Go ahead. Mr. W is here. Mr. W, what would you like to add, sir? Good to see you. I saw you had some words from Mr. EK.
How you doing? Hey, look here, man.
Yeah.
I see you stole part of my name, but that's okay. Hey, look here, brother. I got you covered. It's okay. Look here. As long as we achieve and arrive at the same goal.
Absolutely.
Here's the point. I was instructed to be unplugged, and you know me. I don't like to curse and use certain type of
language,
words, and vocabulary. You know that. But I was talking to some superior officers of mine, and they say, "Look, man, you too soft on civilians. You got to work with these scatterbrains." And I said, well, how am I supposed to do this? He said, do like they do. Come unplugged. They just do what they do.
Was that
Tonight, I'm going to tell you my unplug element is this.
Was that's what that comment for EK?
That's right. My unplugged element is this.
Oh wow.
Doesn't matter all this BS you guys think you know, or what you've heard, or what you've read, or whatever. Doesn't matter. We know this operation. We've been following it for over 40 years. Number one, we know what phase they're in. And based on that phase, we are going to react. The phase they're in now is in what we call the execution phase. All these words everybody's saying, we don't give a I'm supposed to be unplugged. We don't give a BS about that. Anyway, we're focusing on right now on what they're doing, where they're going, and what the result is going to be. And I'm going to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, take this to mind. We're going to stop it. We are going to stop it. Now, we put out a video.
What you gonna do?
Spoken by General Milley. He led it with some other generals backing him up. This is the message of the 85% of the veterans who hold bond to their oath they took to defend the Constitution of the United States, democracy, and against all enemies, foreign and domestic. We come to the conclusion based on data, not based on emotions. We don't operate on emotions. That shit went out the door a long time ago when we stepped in the recruiting center and most places, the boot camp. It went out the door. So we operate on facts. The facts are this. We don't care about all this rhetoric out here. There's something happening, and we're going to stop it. And right now, we're going to let the guardrails give them a chance, the courts, the protests, and so forth. And if they don't stop it, ladies and gentlemen,
Come and take it, motherfucker.
we coming.
Come and take it, motherfucker.
We coming.
Come and take it.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Are you an American?
I don't like this.
Double W-E-W double what?
Ma'am, I am an ex-NATO military advisor from NATO. Ma'am, give me the respect. Hold. Don't overtalk me because it don't work.
Okay, listen.
I'll raise my DI type voice on you if I have to. But look, we're in unplug mode now. We're at a critical stage now. We don't care about all that BS you guys talking. It's out of
We don't care about
window.
what you're talking either.
Well, I'm telling you right now, we're gonna take action, and pretty soon, if things don't line
Come
up,
and
you're gonna
take
see it.
it. Come and take it.
Stop. Y'all are not understanding what he's saying.
I understand what he's saying.
No, you do not. He's saying that we are in a lot of danger. And these veterans are going to take care of it for us.
No, he's not.
No, I think.
He's threatening us.
Well, I don't know about threatening.
Yeah, he's threatening.
I'm sure, along with General Milley,
Who are
they're
you
not
threatening,
happy-
sir? I'm not
they're
understanding.
not
They're
happy
threatening
with
you
Trump. I think
and
they're not happy
me.
with Trump.
And anyone who's voted for Trump and who's okay with this agenda.
Am I right about that,
What you
Mr.
saying,
W?
sir?
Hey, Mr. Denali, did you get that video I sent you of General Denali laying out the plan?
Let me see.
Check and see if you got it, and then we'll go from there. And I don't want to talk too much, man. I can't. You know, I'm not in that narrative level to deal with this. You call up the video, and you'll see what the mission is.
Clearly.
Are you threatening Trump supporters, sir?
He is.
We're not threatening anybody. What we're gonna do is we're gonna defend democracy.
No, he's
We're going to
threatening
defend democracy.
insurrection.
Period.
No,
And
we're
he should
not
know.
a
He should
democracy.
know that
We're a
insurrection carries a
constitutional
death
republic.
penalty with it. So come on, Mr. W, you and that knucklehead, Mr. General Mark Milley, that clown that he is. Come on, I'd love to see your guys in the gallows.
Hey,
It's
EK,
really- Mr. W.
EK, look here, brother.
Hold on.
Look here, brother. Look, brother. I respect you. I don't even know you anything like that. But look, I'm a combat vet. For you, for me, to you, you only a number. I hear your voice, but guess what? If it ain't saying the right shit, I can't hear it. It don't
Mr.
matter.
W.
Because you know what? My life depends on facts, not bullshit. We're in combat now. We're at that
Mr.
stage.
W.
Lauren,
All that stuff you
All
talking
right,
now
one
don't
at a
mean shit
time.
to
You
us, brother.
sound domestic. You sound like a domestic tea person,
Really?
and probably to everybody on this panel, sir.
Well, maybe to everybody on this panel, but not to 95% of the world, because you know what? We are 4.3% of the world population. The situation we got in today got us less than 1% of the world population. The rest of the world with us. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I really
All right,
don't
hang on
know.
one second.
The
Whoa!
world and not America?
Everybody quiet. I'll go ahead and play the video, and
The
then
rest of the world with us.
I'm going to play the video, and then everybody go on mute, and then we can discuss it afterwards. Okay? Let's do that. Thank you.
Peaceful, but I'm going to outline a plan to save the United States. It's going to.
Oh shit! Sorry about that, guys.
I'm going to outline a plan to save the United States. It's going to be peaceful, but powerful. It's going to involve everyone who sees the danger that the United States is facing and would like to help save our freedom and our democracy. The first part of the plan is a convocation of veterans. That means a gathering of veterans in Washington, D.C. Not just a protest march, not an encampment, but an occupation, a meeting of the veterans of the military, all branches of the United States of America, for the purpose of upholding their oath to defend the Constitution,
Jeez.
the people, and the government of America from domestic enemies, but not with any form of violence and not as an insurrection, but fulfilling the legal constitutional obligations of their oath. And really, whether the rest of us have taken the oath or not, I feel it's our duty as citizens of the United States to defend the Constitution as well. But we will play a different role. We will be the support. So think about it. When our veterans went overseas to war, they were on the battle lines facing the enemy. But the rest of the citizens were providing their weapons, their food, their housing, their transportation. Now, in this case, we're not going to have any weapons at all because they're not needed. And I'm going to explain why. So,
Wally,
Yeah.
I can't take this shit.
defend the
Well,
Constitution.
listen. Why?
It's in slow motion. Can he spit it out?
What do you want me to do? The man is talking. What do you
I
want me
mean,
to do?
I can't take it. I can't take it.
You want to get dropped? You want to drop down?
I mean, I wanted to speak to a couple people, but
No,
you
but
know.
I'm saying we're trying to get to this thing. This
Well, you
mess.
just let me know when it's done.
I mean, how long is this mess?
I mean, hell, I don't know, but
Oh, it's 21 minutes, Mr. W.
shit, fire.
Can you give us the short version, Mr. W?
I think
Well,
you already
anyway,
did,
anyway,
Nick sounds like Jim
I'll-
Jones.
I'll
trying to get
integrate.
somebody cool.
Yeah,
I'll-
integrate it for us, please.
Okay,
Mr.
I'll
W.
integrate it for you. Here's the situation. Basically, it boils down to this. The plan is first we send them a message. That's the peaceful protest.
Okay.
We send them a message. Of course, we got to do that, right?
Trump.
But back in this, don't forget, we all took an oath. Our oath is our word, our bond. Defend the Constitution, democracy, and against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So unfortunately, we might be in the domestic area. So therefore, the next step is, if that doesn't work, we have contingency plans. But the first phase, we got to do this peacefully, like we do in the military. We don't go and attack people just to go.
You mean like
go
burning
in.
down Teslas?
Ma'am, could you be quiet for a second, please?
I don't know why
We
we're
go
doing
in,
this.
we go in, and we try to communicate with the people and so forth. Now, if we get attacked before we get in, of course, we're going to fire back. But that's our first method. Peace first. Peace first. Try to get you to understand that this planet, not just this country, this planet has only a circumference of 40,000 kilometers, roughly 24,000 miles, and 7% of that is water. So we have very limited space for all those 8.5 million people to live on. We have to live in peace.
Right.
And
So
if we can't live in peace, we cannot afford to let a small percentage of people who are weak-minded, indoctrinatable, and whatever their system is, divert
okay, but Mr. W,
the policy for world peace. This is what this is about. So therefore, let me close out now.
I wanna listen.
I just want to close.
Listen to me.
Okay.
Mr. W, can you sum it up? That if that doesn't work, then what is the final thing? The last.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to do. It's closing when you shut me off.
Sorry.
If that doesn't work, then we got to take an action, and that action is going to be basically it's simple, like you have to do in most things to protect a democracy. You take over the system. You control the system for a while.
Mary Catherine.
You take over the system. You control the system for a while. You let a new government take place and let civilians get back and let them get settled and elect new leaders and so forth. And when they get back in place, you let it go. That's basically how it works.
Okay.
And we know this. We've been through this before. So that's
you're a domestic terrorist. Is that what you're saying? You're a domestic terrorist?
You're going to take it over by force if the peaceful option doesn't work, Mr. W.
Well, look, Mr. Denali.
Yeah.
Let me see if I could bring this down to a level where maybe we all can conceive a picture of it.
Mr. W.
Imagine. Let me speak now. I know it's as military guys we need more patience than you civilians. You guys are running like racehorses. But I want to slow this down a bit so we can understand what we're talking about. And this is what we're talking about is if someone comes into your house, at some point when they start to take it over, you're gonna have to take some action. Now, it depends on what they're doing. If they're helping it, hey, that's great. But if they're destructing it, even if you have 5 or 10 family members and they don't see it. Maybe have 4 family members don't see it. They like it because they're getting appeased by, some of the benefits, rent benefits or whatever. But the key of it is the house is coming down. When it gets to that point when we see it, the house is coming down, we don't have any other option but to take action. Then the way the action has got to take is only temporary. It's never permanent. Well, democracy is never permanent, but you have to hold democracy, and that may cause a temporary action to get the civilian government to reset.
You're kind of nibbling around. Hang on, you're nibbling around it. You're saying violent to take over because you don't agree with what's going on in the government. Correct?
No, I didn't say violence. I didn't use that word violence. You put that word in there.
I'm saying what after the peaceful method doesn't work. What is the ultimate goal? How do you gain control?
Force.
That's violence.
No, it's not.
Violence,
no, force is not violence.
We
force
understand
is not. No.
Are you willing?
Ma'am, hold on.
Hang on.
Force is not violence.
Hang on a second. Are the
force is not violence?
Gotcha. Are they
willing
to
do separate things? If
there's resistance, what happens?
It's violence, and
if there's resistance, then what?
Hey, Mr. Denali, look here. I don't want to disrespect anybody on this panel. Whatever.
I know. Listen.
You ready?
We're trying to get to it. If the force is met with force, then what?
Well, if it's met with force, we got to handle it with force. But here's the thing. The way the plan is supposed to work is that the laws and the Constitution is supposed to be enforced, backed by a force that's saying if you don't follow the Constitution, then we got force to back it up, like the police. There's a law out there, and you don't follow that law, then they back it up with the police.
Okay,
right? You all know that, correct?
Got it. Force
simple process.
Force.
Now, at the federal level, at the federal level,
I know.
At the federal level,
I got it.
At the federal level, we the people
I understand.
are the end result. So therefore, if somewhere they don't want to follow the law and the judges giving orders and so when no one wants to follow, somebody has to enforce it.
Okay, gotcha. Force by force. EK, you had your hand up. What did you want to say?
I have my hand up, Mr. D.
Yeah. So again, as I told you before, General Milley started talking, I told you he was a crackpot. That speech just clarified it and made it crackpot. Secondly, let me say this. What he's talking about is a military coup.
Right.
That's what Mr. W is absolutely talking about. We take over, We let things settle down, then we give it back to the civilian government. I'm paraphrasing what he said. That's the definition of a military coup. Lastly, if you think you're going to get a lot of the VA supporting that nonsense, you're in another world. A Pew Research poll done in 2024 showed that 61% of VAs or veterans supported Donald Trump. 37% supported Ms. Harris. So good luck with your rally, and good luck if you think you're taking over this country and you're going to have a bunch of VA people supporting you. It's not going to happen, Mr. W.
Well, EK, hold on. Let me say this, please. EK, good luck to your data and your numbers. But you know something? You know what? We operate on these no basis. So what we're doing, you don't have a fucking need to know.
Okay, Miss.
So, okay,
Miss.
You told us what you were going to do. What are you talking about? I need to know. You just told us.
Okay,
and so did that clown Mark Milley.
So, as a United States citizen, which you said that I have, you're fighting for me, right? Is what you're saying, Mr. W?
Yes, Miss Mary Catherine.
Okay,
yes, that's what.
So then, why would I, as 4C being the government, because that is we the people are the government, why would we not have to know what's going on?
He's telling you right now.
I know, but I am saying, but he just said it's a need to know. I'm trying to get.
We already told her. He already told us.
Right, but this
you agree?
is
do you agree with what he's saying, Miss Mary Catherine?
I do not agree with it.
Okay, you do not agree.
I do not agree with this because this is the crazy. Okay, so I'm from the wonderful state of Wisconsin. They came here. They infiltrated my state. Both Democrats and Republicans came in and put millions and billions of dollars into my state to get the judge that they wanted, right? And then they got the judge they wanted. The Democrats got the judge that they wanted. But during this process, during all this craziness, right, we had people that were suing Elon Musk because he came here and said he was trying to buy votes, which they wouldn't even, no, the courts wouldn't even listen to it.
I know, Miss Mary Catherine. I got you. You don't agree with this.
Right, but I want to get to my point, please, Mr. D. Okay, but yet then in the crazy of all this, right? This is the crazy. In my little town, we have a professor at a university that is now going to maybe lose his job because he saw somebody's table that he didn't agree with and flipped it on kids. This is the insanity we need to stop in this country.
Okay.
Mr. W, you need to stop.
Okay. All right.
May I respond to that, Mr. Denali?
Yeah, go ahead. You got to.
Okay. First of all, in my situation, and the veterans I talk to, and General Milley, and I'll speak for him in this case, and the other generals are standing behind him, and all the other generals and military officers. We don't view the world from one little tiny spot on the World Wide Web. We don't view it that way, like civilians do. You in your spot, you view it from that, what you hear and so forth. We view the world from a satellite view. We see the whole planet, everything. We see a life on this planet trying to survive. We are not in a position to let one little tiny element destroy all that and upset it all. Now, we know this because we can see how other countries are behaving. Now, most of you people don't even realize that, hey, you think that America is all superpower. Well, I can tell you, I'm an ex-NATO military advisor. I know the capabilities and potential. Look. I don't want to look. Please don't interrupt me. Give me that respect, and I'll give you respect.
Listen, this platform. Let me explain again what this platform is about. This platform is about people coming with different ideas. You don't have to agree with it, but you have to have respect for your fellow panelists. That's it.
Until they threaten
Listen, Miss Caroline, that's fine.
He's threatening us, Mr. Denali.
Threatening who?
Americans who disagree with his point of view.
It's not my point of view, Karen. Hey, Mrs. Nelly.
Okay,
Mr. Nelly, could I continue?
Hang on a second, Miss Karen. So I should throw him off the platform because we don't agree with it, right?
Not about agreeing.
I'm really worried, but I'm recording it, so I don't care.
Fine.
He
You
can
do what
run
you need
his
to
mouth
do.
all he wants, but he sounds
Miss
like
Miss Caroline, should I throw Mr. W off the platform?
No, we need to hear what he's saying.
Then why are you interrupting?
Watch
then why
what people like him are doing.
Why are you interrupting?
because it's upsetting to know that
Okay, well, I'm gonna if
another
it's
American
Miss
is
Caroline,
talking
Miss
like
Caroline,
this.
if it's too upsetting, you can go down to the comments.
I understand. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I'm asking you not to interrupt. Mr. W, go ahead and finish your with Mary Catherine, and then we'll move it up to Miss Michelle. I'm trying to give everybody opportunity.
Hey, can I have a turn?
It's not your turn just yet, Mr. W. Is there anything else you want to say to Miss Mary Catherine? I guess not. Okay, Michelle.
Can I get in line for a turn?
Yes.
Yeah, I got you next after Michelle. Sam.
Hey, Mr. Denali.
Hey.
I apologize to you for my outburst. I do not apologize to W for my outburst because I find your rhetoric disgusting, offensive, extreme, and you have no idea what you are talking about, sir. My father served in the military for 21 years. He was in Vietnam, he was in Korea, and I'll be damned if I let someone like you try to threaten fellow Americans just because you don't agree with them. What's the problem? You have a problem with tariffs? That's why you're going to have your little insurrection? What's the problem? You have the problem with them figuring out the Social Security Administration that there's been some, overpayments there and they're clawing back payments. What's the freaking problem? You guys are delulu. You're blowing up all this stuff in your mind and making it like it's some extreme situation. Obama did tariffs. Biden kept the tariffs that Trump had from his first administration. 75% of those tariffs he kept. What is the freaking problem? You don't even know. All you know is your brain is every day getting mushed and mashed by extremists who are using you as a patsy. You think Milley's going to be on the front lines? No, it's going to be you. And guess who you're going to be met with? People like me who firmly believe in 2A. I land my plane.
Okay, wow.
Good job.
Thank you, Michelle.
Okay, hang on. Mr. W, would you like to respond? Mr. W, okay. Sam, go ahead.
I just thought I'd try to say it a different way because I really got what Mr. W was talking about. Imagine the United States in 10 years from now, or 5 years, being like North Korea or say East Germany used to be before the wall came down, like where you just there are just no human rights, or even Iran, where the human rights are just really suppressed. You can get beat up or imprisoned for saying the wrong thing, and I don't think any of us would like to live in a country like that. But that's the way it is in Russia, and it looks like it's getting that way here. And I think so. I'm wondering if it were to get that way, would you approve of something interrupting that, or would you want it to keep going like that?
Well, my answer to that would be, since Mark Zuckerberg came out right after the election and said that the Biden administration made them suppress our thoughts and everything that the Republicans were doing. They
Carolyn,
agreed with
can I
the Russia propaganda, seeing as that's what has happened, and Elon Musk had to buy X to stop the suppression of the left. We're the ones being suppressed, sir. You're just like ridiculous.
All right.
Can I say something to Sam?
Hold on, Mr. Denali. Was that directed towards me?
If you like to respond, you can.
Who is it directed towards, me or someone else?
All this is directed towards you. That's what I'm
And
saying.
Sam.
Okay, look here, Mr. Denali.
What I just
You're the host.
said was directed towards the other guy.
You're the host, Mr. Denali.
But let him rebut.
And
control your emotions.
And I'm considering you a man of which I respect, and I think you respect me, that you have some type of decorum. So please, maybe you can put a line on it and shut them all up, and at least let me finish my statement.
I'm going to listen. Passions are running high, Mr. W.
I got you,
I have
brother.
an opportunity to respond. You heard Michelle. You heard Sam. You heard Caroline.
I will respond to them. First of all, you guys see the world from your view on the ground where you're standing at. You see as far as around you as you can see, and you hear the news, what you hear. People like me and others, General Milley and some other ones, many of us, we look at the world from a different perspective. We see a globe of a circumference of 40,000 kilometers with 40,000 grid squares. 70% of that is water, which leaves very little space for 8.5 billion people. We all collectively understand the logic that if the world wants to survive and all live in peace, that we all have to live in peace together. That is interconnected. United States is only 4.23% of the world population. So we have to work together based on technology and advancement and progress and so forth. We look at that. However, the problem is, if there's a disruption, something that wants to come and, for example, contaminate our air that comes out of we breathe, which is only 20% of the oxygen, the rest of it is produced by trees and so well and whatever, then that's impacting the humanity, the society of the society, the health. Same thing with housing and going down the line, healthcare and so forth. We see those things as not only a necessity for our society to survive and progress, but as imperative, critical. And we see any disruption of that is the enemy, because mankind, from time back, when man was walking on foot till he rode horses to cars, was progressing. That's why we're talking on this app today, progression. We don't want it to stop. We want it to go as far as whatever is possible. But we can't do that unless we release the potential of every human being. And we cannot do that if we got someone trying to suppress it in any kind of way, or whatever way they do it. And one of those ways of suppressing it is the mistreatment of humanity. It indicates every human being, in any case, deserves a habeas corpus, which means they have to have a warrant to come up and approach you and tell you why you're being arrested, and due process to prove that arrest was warranted and that you should be held accountable. That's what we believe in. And that constitutes, ladies and gentlemen, down to defending the Constitution, United States, democracy, and against all enemies who try to disrupt that, foreign and domestic.
Okay.
And Mr. Denali, I thank you, and I conclude.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so Sam, okay,
You want to drop down?
Real American, and then we'll go to Mary Ash. Real American.
Hi, look, I'm sitting here eating nachos listening. Y'all can drop me. I'm still going to listen.
Okay. All right, Mary Ash.
I love y'all.
Love you too.
Well,
Mary
hell, I
Ash.
don't even know where to begin. This is
You pick apart. Go ahead.
for one thing, Mr. W, what you're saying is absolutely treason. And what you're describing sounds like 1940s Germany, on your part, not on the Republican part. And Sam, what you were describing is exactly what the Democrats are trying to do, not the Republicans. They're the ones trying to silence people by censoring and by burning Teslas down because they disagree with somebody. And oh, but I thought you were like for the environment and everything, but you want to burn shit down and burn batteries and all. I don't know. I can't keep it straight. It sounds to me like you're really confused about what side you're on, because what you're describing as the fascists is yourself, your own party, not us. You need to look in the mirror. And you sound like a really nice man, honestly. You really do. I think you're just a little bit confused because this just makes no sense that you'd be on that side. And as far as the whole immigration thing is concerned, I live in Georgia. I know Lake and Riley's family. So don't ever, ever talk about how somebody deserves due process that is here illegally. Don't ever say that to me. I land my plane.
All right. Miss Mary Captain, you had something else?
This is what confuses me. You're talking about a government that has been overbloated. Every president has said the same things that Mr. Trump has said. You can go back in history and look at it. Each president has said that they wanted to cut programs. They wanted to, start defunding some stuff, start reallocating, start, getting rid of getting stuff. We've had presidents do tariffs before. We've had presidents do, deportation. So my question is this: where were you guys when this was happening before? Why is it bothering you now? There's nothing that he is doing other than being transparent. I know that's new for everybody, because the other presidents just did it. They didn't talk to us. They just kind of did what they wanted. But this president is actually kind of showing us what he's doing, which I kind of appreciate, because then I'm on the front to say, well, yeah, I don't agree with that. And yeah, he could have done that a little bit, softer. That's my opinion. That I can have my opinion.
Great
But
question,
my
Mary.
Sam,
Thank
what are you doing?
you.
Relax, Sam. Let her finish.
but this is my question, and I'll land my plane there. Is that what is this president doing than any other president that we've had, Democrat or Republican? What is he doing differently other than being transparent?
Can I answer that? I mean, very quickly.
Yes.
He's not trying to pass immigration legislation through Congress, which many presidents, George W. Bush tried that. I mean, Obama.
And who stopped it?
You gotta let him finish his.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Well,
Sorry.
I don't
I'll
know.
mute up. I'm sorry, Miss.
It's okay, but you gotta let him finish. Ask the question, then you cut him off 2 seconds into his answer.
I mean, I don't know how much you kept up with the news back in the last 25 years, but immigration legislation has been blocked by Republicans for 30 years. George W. had a group of 8 senators, John McCain, and I think Marco Rubio was one of the gang of 8 at one point. I mean, there have been a lot of efforts for years to do something about immigration. As a matter of fact, Langford in Oklahoma introduced a bill, and it passed, and then Trump told the House to not let it pass because he wanted that as a campaign issue. Biden was going to sign that one. The border has needed funding. We've needed more funding for that border security for a long, long time. And Congress is responsible for funding the government, and they won't do it. So Trump is doing a lot of illegal stuff. And, that's what's different. You say, where were we before? We were trying to get Congress to pass that thing. Bush tried. I can't remember that much about Obama. I know Biden gave it a good shot. Trump never has tried to pass any border legislation. Nothing. He just he just wants to be a dictator.
Well,
That's bullshit.
I don't think
Can I
he
answer this, Mr. Denali?
I don't think he needed it because he's already got the border crossing down 94%, 150 crossings down from a high of 4,800.
Right.
So I think it proved.
This dude just lied.
I think it proved that you didn't need new laws. You just needed things to be enforced.
A new president. This dude just lied because
but
Langford's bill was not a good bill.
Well, whatever.
Miss Caroline, that may be the case. But Trump did tell him not to pass it because he wanted to.
Well, no, he said it was a shit bill.
Listen, that may be the point.
It didn't stop immigration.
Well, but the thing is,
Caroline, it was a bipartisan bill, and he asked him not to pass it. That's a fact.
Not true.
What do you mean not true? Langford said it on Neil Cavuto.
It's absolutely true.
What?
Absolutely
Hang
true.
on 1 second. Miss Caroline, how can you say it's not true if Langford said it?
It's common knowledge.
I know. Hang on a second, Sam. Miss Carol, how can you say it's not true when Langford said it?
Okay, we're gonna go back to HR 2 that was before.
Listen, I know that's your baby.
The bullshit bill.
Oh my God, Miss Caroline.
That didn't close.
If you're not going to get everything that you want, is it better to get a little piece now or throw the whole baby out the bathwater?
But it's funny, whenever Biden got to the end of his term, he magically closed the border.
I agree with you, Miss Caroline, but I do not think that if you're a presidential candidate that you should tell your caucus, don't pass something so I can run on that issue.
Didn't happen. Did not happen.
Okay, then what? So you're calling Langford a liar?
Absolutely.
Why would he lie?
Because
Why would
he
a senator lie
was.
about that?
They
They'll
took
say it.
his words out of context.
I'll get it and I'll play it. Whose words? Trump's words or Langford's words?
What happened in that
Whose
bill?
words? Trump's words or Langford's words?
It wasn't a bipartisan bill. They didn't.
Not my
bring
question.
Langford
Langford went
in
on television
until the end.
Langford went on television and said that's what happened behind closed doors. So
The
whose
point
words were
is
taken?
Biden
Whose
opened our
words,
border.
ma'am, whose words were taken out of context?
All of them. They were all taken out of context. Biden opened our border. They
Ma'am.
were pretending to close the border. And then Trump magically comes in and
Ma'am,
week,
I got it. Miss Caroline, I just said it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So does any of that
But we have to deal with
matter?
you saying that Langford went on Neil Cavuto and lied.
Does it matter since
No, it does matter if a presidential candidate is playing politics with the border that he says he cares about.
Biden could have closed the border
I
like Trump
agree that he
did.
did it for political expediency because
For
he was
a
getting close to the
year.
election.
All
Guys are mad at
these
the wrong
years,
person.
Biden
So hang on a
could've
second. So
closed the
hang on one
border.
second. 1 second. So Biden was playing politics with the border, right?
He could have done the
Ma'am,
same
this is the
exact
question,
thing
Miss
that
Caroline.
Trump did
Miss
to close the
Caroline,
border.
Miss Caroline, did Biden play did he play politics with the border issue?
He opened the border.
Did he play politics with the border
Yes.
issue? Did also Trump play politics with the border issue?
No.
Okay, no problem. I can't have the
Trump
conversation.
closed it as soon as he came into office.
Miss Caroline, before he became the president, when he was a candidate, he told them don't pass the bill.
Biden could have closed the border.
That's not my
Just
point. I
like
agree,
Trump
Miss
did.
Caroline. I agree with you because it's proven that he did it closer to the election. But Trump told the Republican caucus,
Not true.
Well, you don't have to worry about it anymore now, anyway, because
It's closed. He closed
The
it.
reason people
Okay, so-
Biden could have closed it, but
closed
Biden
I agree
didn't.
with
Sam.
you, Miss Caroline. I
Trump
just
closed-
said it. He
Sam.
didn't need new laws. He closed it without not one new piece of legislation. I
Exactly.
agree with
So
you.
Biden left it open on
Did Biden
purpose.
close the border closer to the election?
He closed it partially,
Okay, whatever. He did more to close it because he was running for office, correct?
but he opened it to let those people in.
No one is disputing that, Miss Caroline.
Yes, people are disputing
I'm not disputing
that.
it. I don't think people have disputed it on this channel.
No, your people, your Kimmy and them say, yeah, the
Whatever.
border
You
wasn't
listen,
open.
everybody says things that are problematic. Everybody, I say things that
Yeah,
are problematic.
we all do, but
Right.
this can't be disputed.
I
That
totally
Biden
dispute it.
opened
I
our
dispute it.
border, and he could have closed it, and Trump came in after a week and closed it.
No one is
All
disputing.
bullshit.
Miss Caroline, is anybody disputing that?
Not right now. No.
Right. Great. Okay. I'm done. Okay.
So, so
Yeah.
Sam.
Goodness gracious.
Okay, so Sam, you said that.
Well, I would.
You said what you said, and
Well,
this
okay.
is my problem.
Oh,
Is that you guys are mad at Trump for going in there and doing what he did. You know what made me angry? Is that they listened. That's what made me mad, right? Is that these people that we elected listened to him. So which means they're not up there for us, right? Right, Sam? I'm asking you.
And you're you're asking.
Okay, so you said that
somebody didn't listen. Somebody didn't listen.
Trump went to these people and said, don't pass that bill because I'm going to run on it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so wouldn't you be mad at the people that got elected that they actually listened to him? He had no power. He actually had no power whatsoever. Wouldn't you be mad at the people that were elected that did have power?
I'm not mad at anybody.
I don't want to talk about the border. I don't want to talk about the border. The border, we talk about it all the time. We're talking about something here with Martin Milley, and Mr. W is on
Right,
board.
but
I'm not
Sorry,
going
Mr.
to
D.
talk about the border right now.
Okay.
Thank you. We're talking
Sorry.
about I guess military coup, force with force. Anybody have anything else for Mr. W? Because he's here. Paul, do you have something?
Well, what are we talking about?
Well,
Apparently there's a coup.
Well, Miss Mary Catherine,
Sorry.
please go on mute. Thank you. Mr. W is a former military and NATO commander, and he's saying Martin Milley has a plan, and it sounds like a military coup if things don't go, I guess, the way of 85% of military veterans want. Did I surmise it correctly, Mr. W?
Please don't ask him.
No,
He'll
no,
go on a 10-minute rampage.
Hey, ma'am, look here. I respected you. I respected you with my life. So could you kindly give me at least
Go ahead,
minutes?
Mr. W. I got you.
Okay.
And after that, you.
I want
freezing
Mr.
us.
W to talk. If you cannot control yourself, I will drop the panel and I'll talk to him and I'll bring you up one at a time. You don't like when things you don't like are said, but this is the platform. Control yourself, please. Mr. W.
Thank you, Mr.Denali, for the respect. No one used that word, that C word. General McNally clearly said there's a plan, and he went down the list of the phases. No one mentioned anything about that C word because first of all, if it has to get to that point, then that C word would not be a factor then because it wouldn't be a C. And I wanted to clarify that. It is not in that sense. It will only be in the absolute defense of national security and defense of democracy and the Constitution of the United States of America, period.
All right, so let me read the definition of a coup. A coup d'etat, or simply a coup, is typically an illegal and overt attempt by a military organization or other government entities to unseat an incumbent leadership.
Is that a question or?
No, I'm just reading the definition of a coup.
Right. I got the definition.
We know to me.
That's exactly what Mr. You describing. That's exactly what he described.
I'm curious. I'm curious what Mr. W. How would you describe what it is? Is there a word, or is it just what's the word that you all would use?
Okay. First of all, there are different types of coups. There's an armed coup. That's one thing. There's a constitutional coup. There's another thing. They're two different things.
Which one?
Okay. Let me finish, please.
Yes, sir.
If you can have that patience. I mean, for you military guys on here, if one of you guys jump out of line and don't have that patience, you'll hear my voice really raised. I hope that doesn't happen. In any case,
we don't give two shit about
I'm not talking about you if you're a civilian. I'm talking to the military guys. In any case, if it gets to a certain point where it's a matter of life or death, that's always the case. And if it's the case where it's a matter of life or death of the country, and based on our intel and our facts, not hearsay, not what civilians know, whatever, what we know for facts, been confirmed and verified, what we know what it is, we have to take action. And that whatever the action determined to be is depending on what happens. We don't know that yet. Like in any situation, you don't know what's going to happen. When you wake up in the morning, as one instructor put it to me when I was a young soldier, when you wake up in the morning, you don't know what the day is going to bring. You have a little plan. You try to go through it and see what happens. You make it, it's okay. You go to the next day. We operate on the same basis. And that's the way this is going. We don't know what's going to happen. Things might change, might reverse. And we're looking at other factors. One of the other factors we're looking at is, I mentioned before, and I underscore this, which seems to be a problem in the United States of America. We are only 4.2% of the world population. Only 4.2% of the world population. Contemplate that for a second. Out of 8.5 billion. the Canadians, the Europeans, and everybody else saying, they are saying, openly, publicly, posting it, putting it in the news. Okay, good. So what? That's a small percentage. Some of them said even they want to know how to really arm wrestle. They think they got brains and know how to deal with economics and warfare. Well, let's show them. I mean, it's all across the globe. That's the portion that you guys are missing. You're missing the other side of that coin that really matters. You're on the side of the coin where the 4.2 but 3% is what you are in contact with, and on a small portion of that, because discount the kids.
Okay.
Okay. Number two, discount the people who didn't, vote a certain way. Put that together, and maybe you'll get a picture.
All right.
And I'll yield my plane.
Okay. Paul, did you get it? Did you get the summarization
I
of that?
did. So
Okay.
So what is Miley the traitor attempting to do?
He's got a whole
And I
video.
will call him a traitor.
Well, listen, as Ms. W said, that first it will start with a peaceful thing, and if it doesn't, then Mr. W says force.
Well, let him look at the video.
So Miley is
Denali, he can look at the video all the way through himself and learn for himself.
I'll send it to him.
Yeah, I'd love to take a look at that. But what? So is Miley trying to galvanize the American military to go against President Trump?
Yeah,
and
that's
against
what
the
he's
American
trying to
government?
do.
They won't
What he
do
doesn't
it.
realize is almost twice as many people in the military voted for Trump than voted
Absolutely.
for him.
Hold on. Hey,
Exactly.
your numbers don't matter. The question is, what that question
What do you mean they
directed
don't
toward
matter?
me, Paul Robb.
Mr.
What do you mean my
W.
numbers don't matter? You know,
Your
as a
mouth and your
military
words
man,
don't matter.
numbers
What I'm
absolutely
asking is,
do
the
matter.
question is does Paul Robert, was that question directed towards me or someone else? That's all I'm asking.
To the panel.
Okay, good. Then I can yield out.
See, here's the irony. We just had a coup in the United States. We're talking about a coup. We just had one, a tech
Yeah,
coup.
which one?
Well, Elon's gotten into the treasury. He's gotten into
Okay,
Yeah, I never saw a U.S. coup.
Here we go.
Sam, I never saw anything about a coup in any of the major publications or any of the
It
news
meets the
broadcasts.
definition of a coup, but
So-
Everybody's going to talk at once, right?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't take me but a few seconds to finish, but they just
No one can control themselves. They all we're very, listen, there's a lot of passion in the room, and I get it what you're hearing, but if everybody's talking, no one can hear. Even stuff you don't want to hear, you're not going to hear it.
Can we
a few
go
seconds.
like
I could finish the
1
sentence in
minute or
10 seconds.
2 minute round? Because I can't stand
Okay,
the
that's
fact
it.
that this
I'll give everybody.
guy
Okay,
is
Miss Caroline.
speaking and he
I
needs to
will
be
give
in
it a
another
minute round.
country
Oh my God, Miss
in
Caroline,
a
you have got
firing
to stop.
squad or something.
You gotta stop. You've got to control yourself. 1 second. Jeez Louise. This is wow.
2 minutes is too long, though. Maybe a minute.
No,
and
it's
a
a
half.
minute. I'm not doing 2 minutes.
Yeah, a minute.
Yeah, a minute. A minute is
I
better.
never do 2 minutes.
Had enough
Get it in
minutes for all of
60
us.
seconds, or we're done. All right, Paul. Everybody knows how the minute round works. Do not interrupt, or you will be dropped immediately. Thank you, Mr. Paul. Your minute begins now.
So the idea that Elon Musk has been part of a coup, a tech coup, as Sam said, is complete BS. He's actually not even going to be around for, I think, what is he leaving his position within a month because he can't retain the position. He was brought in as a consultant. He was brought in to try to find the waste, fraud, and abuse. And the idea that somehow he is using his influence to affect change in a way that would benefit him is absolutely ridiculous. President Trump specifically said in his press conference, or one of his press conferences, that if there was anything that could potentially be a conflict of interest with respect to Elon would not be allowed to look at it. I land my plane.
Okay, we're going to go up the top, and then we will go to Mr. W. Give